My intuition told me to make this video for you this morning. And I do consider myself an introvert. I wouldn't consider myself naturally outgoing. I was actually the most shy kid in class, starting when I was very, very young. I was in kickboxing class the other day, and I realized, like, a lot of the time I'm quiet. I am still pretty introverted. A lot of the time I like doing things on my own. Taking a walk on my own right now. I'm making this video on my own, and I enjoy it. But I have the ability to like speak up. So sometimes in the kickboxing class, I'll just like start talking and I'll speak up, and I think it catches people off guard. I think people have tendencies, but I don't think they're necessarily like destined to be a certain way. Like, I think if you're shy, you can be more outgoing, and you can learn to actually enjoy people's company. And I know this from experience. Like I said, I was the shyest person ever when I was younger, or at least the shyest person in school, shyest person in class. And yet, when I got sick of it, because part of me actually genuinely wanted to connect with other people, when I started throwing myself in more social situations, being more curious about people, not caring what people think, and just embracing the fact that I was a little behind on developing social skills simply because I didn't talk to a lot of people when I was younger. When I started embracing who I was and just started talking to people anyways and meeting new people anyways, that's when things started to turn around. So if you actively take a role in becoming more outgoing, you can actually become more outgoing. And one of the first things that I did was I observed extroverts. What do extroverts do? Well, the opposite of introverts. Instead of keeping all their thoughts to themselves, they speak their thoughts out loud. I've talked about this before in other videos. The first thing that I did, or one of the first things that I did when I was overcoming social anxiety, was I asked a cashier at a store where she was from, and I started a conversation from that. And then from there, my world was just opened up. I started approaching people on my college campus, just starting conversations with random people. I was nervous, it was weird, it was random, but I did it. I started approaching a lot of women to give compliments, and eventually even got a few dates at college, just approaching women on my college campus. And taking those actions, and then also just putting myself in more social situations in general. I think one of the biggest things I've learned is that, like, when I was shy, it was a big deal to go to a party. I was very self-conscious. But the more parties that you go to, the more people that you approach and talk to, the more conversations that you have, the less big of a deal it is to just go to a party. You don't care what people think anymore because you have a lot going on, and it's just not a big deal. You think, like, oh, I'm a shy person, so I stay home, I don't talk to people, that's what I do. But it's like, no, it's actually, you stay home, you don't talk to people, and that's why you're a shy person. If you actually put yourself in more social situations, you go to the party, you go to the social event, you take the opportunity to speak in front of people, you do those things that you're nervous of, and it's not so much that you become desensitized to it. You kind of do, and you get used to it, but also, I don't know, you just start to open up more, and like you're changing your habits, right? Because your habit is to keep all your thoughts to yourself and to not, maybe you are curious about other people, because I was actually pretty curious about other people when I was shy. I would sit in a room quietly and listen to other people, but I wouldn't open up. I wouldn't speak my thoughts out loud. So, yeah, when you're shy, that's what you do, right? But if you change that habit to like, okay, when I have a thought, I'm just going to say it. And then, yeah, people might disagree with you. People might laugh. People might not laugh when you make a joke. Maybe it's a stupid joke, but you're getting feedback then. You're building social skills. You're getting feedback. You can't build social skills unless you actually socialize. So one of the first things also that I ever did to overcome like shyness and social anxiety was, when I have a thought, just speak it. When I'm in my friend group, when I'm talking to random people, whatever, when I have a thought, say it. Just be forefront, be open. And then you get feedback. You might say something stupid. You might say something that you're embarrassed about. You might say something that's a little bit too straightforward, but then you see how the person reacts, and then you know, you have the experience, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that to that person. Maybe when I'm talking to a girl, maybe I shouldn't be so straightforward. Maybe I should get to know her a little bit first. Or maybe you find out that being really straightforward is a good thing with women. That's what I found out. Particularly with women that I wanted to date, being straightforward is very good. But then later on, like, developing like some standards too of what kind of, because like, a guy who's straightforward will go up and just be like, hey, what's up? You're cute. I wanted to meet you. A guy who's desperate can do the same thing. Hey, what's up? You're cute. I wanted to meet you. Do you want to go on a date? I love you. You know, he's like having all this, what he thinks is love or affection for this girl, even though he doesn't even know her. So that's a kind of a different topic. But anyways, the whole point is you speak what's on your mind, and then you get feedback, and you learn kind of what's normal and what's not normal. And that's how you build social skills. And that's how you become more savvy in social situations and better at being outgoing. But it all starts with just speaking your thoughts, copying extroverts, basically. That's what extroverts do. Call to action for this video. Go to a store, buy a packet of gum or a drink or whatever, talk to the person behind the counter, and just start talking about your day. Like, you'll see how they react. A lot of times if you just talk about their day, they'll listen to you. They'll be, yeah, like, it really opens other people up too when you're open. So anyway, just a little video of how I became more outgoing from being shy. Like I said, I still kind of consider myself an introvert. So I catch myself sometimes like being quiet and observing still, but it's nice to have the skill, or at least the audacity or whatever, just to speak your mind. It's good to have that skill or that ability.